Greetings, everybody. Hope you are all doing well today. Or I'm going to try to do my best today to kind of help explain and get people, when it comes to Amazing Cultivation Simulator, a physical body cultivator, which is very different from the rest. So I will do my best. If you have any questions, I will do my best. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I'm just going to help you get started on the right path, and you can look things up afterwards, maybe good builds, because I avoid that because I like to science things, and or discover it yourself. But physical cultivators, what are they? Now, let me grab a normal person. Here's a normal farmer, and it doesn't matter, male, female. Well, it does, and I'll explain that differently, but it doesn't matter male, female, what type of Yaoguai. Anything can be physical, and they can be just as good as it as anybody, because we will go into sect laws. Now, when it comes to the other laws, the better you match them, the more powerful your person can be. However, primordial unity body, it doesn't care, because you're going to remold yourself into the ultimate fighting machine that you see most fit. But what can help you beforehand? Well, battle, of course. You want really good battle on your person. That will help. I would say the second most important thing, believe it or not, is going to be medicine. Because your medicine skill on your character, when you cross over, because I've got quite a few up here, medicine is going to help you like when you hurt yourself. Let's see, it's none of these, so it's not going to actually show, but when you're healing yourself and fixing yourself up, that's really going to pay off, because it's going to not only help fix you up faster, but it will also help determine your breathing stats. When you breathe, what's your chances of your essence, which we'll get to that, and how many. And when it comes to some of the rare ones, that there are certain ones, like I'll give you an example. The solar and the lunar during noon to 1 o'clock is the only chance you can get solar. Hence, lunar, same way, midnight to 1 a.m. So you want a really good breathing rate, so you have a better chance of ticking, over how many chances you get. And also, when you remold your different bones, your flesh, and stuff like that, the better the rarity rate. So that will help you. And oh, buddy, trust me, on anyone who's watched these, the chance for me to get physic is wolf. Now, there is a third skill you would like to have. Don't have to have. I think core. Yeah, core is one of the ones I haven't crossed over yet, which we're going to walk him through, show you what it looks like when they change. Fox is already through the just becoming a physical. He's up there. Hawk is in the incubation phase. That's technically a golden core when it comes to a regular cultivator. So his neck, if I broke through on him, it would be, he would start going through tribulations ever so often, which is annoying, which is why I haven't broke him. And he can take on most things as he is right now. And I will show you that. All right, housing. What? Oh, well. Anyway, you want here, you would also like adequate crafting, like 7 or better, I would say is good. Now, what is crafting going to help you with? Well, crafting helps your devouring. Every item has when it comes to them, a devouring rating, which if you want, you can eat, they can eat and digest anything. They are a Tasmanian devil. They are a catfish. They are a tiger shark. if it fits in their mouth, they're going to eat it. And with a physical cultivator, you can breathe and get it. Or everything in this game. Let me grab Hawk. So you can devour, you can eat any of this stuff. And certain things will give you certain, I think it's like, give you an example, you can eat feces. Yeah. Disgusting, but they give filth essence, which is very useful for certain tags. Because when it comes to that, I think it's here. Yep. Each essence has a list of, here is what this particular, say, I know I'm bouncing around. It'll make sense in a second. All right. She's using Wrath Breath to remold her thumb bones right now. Because the Wrath can trigger, we'll just say 5 or 6 different, it's a lot more than that, but just say it can trigger certain ones. Like, oh, here's an example, like Wrath Breath, which I'm actually fishing for hollow bones right now. Wrath Breath is the main way to get a hollow bone. So, could I use other stuff? Yeah. But it has such a low chance to get what I need. It's not worth the effort because, as you can see, each bone here can only have so many tags. Tempered bone does tempered bone temple, tempered, you will get every single time you remold something. Period. So, you get 6 things on here. Not technically. Technically, you get 5. And then the 6th one will always be tempered. Because let me unpause time. Is she remolding at the moment? Of course she's not. There we go. She's practicing. Since we're looking at the screen, it will pop up. If you're not looking, it will have a plus over here and it will sit there. So they're all going to come by this. You mouse over them. That's what you get. Now, if I chose steel bone, which I can't, I can choose it, but I can't use it because I'm already maxed up. Every single tag or remold has a limit. So if I picked steel bone, I wouldn't get the 4 because it's maxed at 16. However, no matter what you pick, you get a tempered bone, period. So I would get no steel bone because I'm maxed, but I would get a tempered bone. If I pick a tempered bone, then I get 2 tempered bones. This one gives me 1, and then I get another tempered bone. So if I take this hollow boned here, I'll get 1 hollowed bone, and it will ask for confirmation because it's a bone, it's a remold I haven't taken yet. And you'll watch here, this will go to 38. Pick it, pause it, 38. Okay, now whenever you come into a bone, it's going to tell you, you have to take 10 stamina for every time you try to do this. And there's not a fail ratio. You will do it as long as you have stamina. And it will ask ahead of time, and it will stop you. It'll be like, hey, this person's exhausted. They can't do it anymore. But what will happen is you will come in here and you will choose this. And there's different things. You can keep remolding or this. You'll do it one at a time. But it's temper this. If you don't want to use an essence, you don't have to. It's better to use an essence sometimes to target what you want. But you'll click on this and it will pull up every single essence that Shunrei or whatever your cultivator you're using has. You can mouse over here and it will tell you how many of those you have. Like it will take me 1 Nimbus essence per try. And those will go up the higher you do. And I've got 1 Ignis. So, but I have 8. So I'd get 8 tries and it's like, whew, I can't do this anymore. Whoop. And it will turn itself off. And you'll have to come in here and redo it. So it's one of those, The sooner you can get someone to start collecting it, the better, because you will need to slow them down. Now, I'm going to close this and go back. We're going to go back to the basics. I just needed that to explain some stuff. Now, they can get, when you get one, because Fox is new, right? Yeah, Fox is still, as you'll see, he's still in his remold phase. He just crossed over and is practicing. Yes, because he's got some that I have not looked at, simply because I wanted to wait and show this off to help some people who had asked for, hey, can you show us how to at least get some basic grasps of this? Basics, yeah. Advanced stuff, I've heard rumors, but I can't do it. All right, now, once you do that, he's just crossed over. You'll still want to give him a place to breathe, to practice breathe like you would any other cultivator. However, they care about feng shui just like all the others, but physicals are neutral. They do not have an element. So they don't care if you use, wood, metal. They don't care. As long as you don't have a bad room, they're good. But you want good feng shui. You do. There is a feng shui essence. So, and you want them to be happy so they don't freak out and take frequent breaks. Now let's go in here. This is a better example. Hawk is done, so I've moved him over. And I've got one of the newer ones just practicing in here. But this is what you would want to do. You've got your well over here. I've got a Zenther table over here. You could use this would be better, but I guess early on you could do what's the early thing? Shoe horses. You could let him play shoe horses over here. And you'll want a gravestone here, and you'll want to bury first person who attacks. You can go out and kill an animal and bury it. You need something in here. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay. Other than that, this is pretty good because, they're going to want essence and stuff like that to breathe. Now, they're not going to care what's on here. So later on, this is just good early game. So that's how I have my default building set up. Later on in here, you could put gnarled vines. You could put prism lotus, because, anything, because normally if you're in a elemental room, like you've got a iron, if you have an iron cultivator, well, they're fed by wood. So, or not wood. I just saw brown and went to wood. Stone. Apologize. As you can see, key gathering range, or key gathering 75. So it gives out 75 key at a range of 2. So 1, 2. Hence you would want a 1, 2, 3 for out here. So that way it reaches, and the corners are 4s. So that's how that works. But the whole point of me showing you that is you can put anything in there, because these guys are 20 at a range of 4. So, they're going to reach everywhere, and most maps will start with it. So it's really easy, maybe not to fill this up, but to at least get a few in here. Then as you get extras of this stuff, 75 at a range of 2, you can throw anything in there. You'll just have to be careful of like the fire stuff and the water stuff, because they affect temperature. So you'll need to be careful of that, because here's the next, but there's more. You'll see pastures in here, and pastures you'll want in there. And early game, what you could do is, you'll see you should start out like this. You can right click on this on anybody. If there is, as it says, a blood symbol there, if I send metal out to attack, whatever I target with him, he is going to fight it until either it's dead as a doornail or he is. Well, I guess they could knock him unconscious and ignore him, but more than likely they're going to try to kill him because he tried to kill them. You don't want that turned on. If you have it like this, just defeat mode, the person you send out will fight whatever your target is until it's knocked unconscious. So what you'll do is you'll have this one. You'll target preferably, let me turn you back how you should be. There we go. Target any of the wild animals that are herbivores. One exception to that, two. Do not target bulls, and do not, unless they're pre-tamed. If they show up like, hey, it likes it here, it wants to stay, kind of like this one showed up and was like, hey, I like it here, I'm going to join you because you were giving out food, you got a nice place, I like you. No, those are exceptions. But if they're just wild beasts, do not target bulls because they have, just like real life, very bad attitudes, and he will start just tearing stuff up. And do not get the cats. Cats, just like in real life, some of them can be pricks. And in this game, they're no exception. They'll just randomly just be like, I don't like this, and just like, meow. More trouble than it's worth. So what you'll do is you'll fight him, and you'll be flopped unconscious. And one of the options here will be hunt. I forget the other one. And then one of them will be carry. And what you'll do is you'll carry it and put it somewhere in the room. That way, when your character breathes near animals, you get intrinsic life. That's what that comes from. That is really useful because it gives huge amounts of tags. That's literally what it's for, a power level true stuff. So instead of, you saw the tags earlier on her, how it's like 1 tempered, for this, for that. On this one, you might get others on intrinsic, but you're going to get like 1 tempered, 5 tempered, 14 tempered, 9 tempered. It's how you, once you get all your tags and you just want to get tempered so it ups the power of the stuff, because everything else is, say, hawk. He's going to be a perfect example for a lot of this. Void catcher. So to get the attack power, which I'm actually, that's a bad choice. Void thunder. There we go. That's a better choice. His right hand is I have set up as defensive. His main hand, which I'm not finished with, it needs to get to 100k. I'm not finished with, but you can see it's 223. If you're breathing and getting 1 to 2 a breath, you're going to be here a while. Well, with the intrinsic, if you're getting anywhere from 16 to, I'd say the worst you could get would be a 2, but you're never going to get a 2. Trust me, you're not going to roll a 2 unless you just have the worst luck I have ever seen. We'll just say roughly, if you're getting between 5 and 15, you're going to get up where you need to be real quick. And anything else it rolls, you'll get that too. Now, all right, so that's why you want animals in here. The tomb, whether, it doesn't matter what you get in there, person, animal, whatever. You want that in there. Breathing near a tomb is going to give you wrath. Wrath gets you a lot of good stuff. Like Icebound. Not Icebound. That's Lunar. The Hollow and the Gray Bone. And some of the Physic Bone? Or not Psychic Bone. Sorry, not Physic. Psychic Bone. And a few of the others. Life, Lunar. Lunar. Like I said, that's one of those you got to breathe around midnight to do. so you don't get a lot of it, but you can get a lot of wrath because you know what? This tomb, always here, always gives you a chance of giving you your tick. Okay. Well, that explains a little bit on this. When you build these, you will see that there's a line over here. Switch it to enter on both of these. Because if you let anyone play this, people are going to come in here. And if all of a sudden Shunrei, while she's practicing, is like, you know what? I need a drink of water. If one of your other random people have come here to drink instead of wherever your other well or your water sources is, because they're coming from out here doing something, like if you have a farm set up here, this is closer than say right here or right here. So they're going to drink from here. While they're drinking, Shunrei's like, you know, I need a drink real quick. Oh, there's someone drinking here. She will run over to the next closest place to drink. So this will limit that where, you know, she'll jump to here, grab a drink, get back. Oh, I'm kind of bored. Come over here, play at the zither a little bit, get her mood and leisure back up real quick, and she's back. It just keeps her from running, or whoever. When I say that, I'm talking about mine. Yours can be he or she, or technically an it if it's a Yaoguai, but it's still a he or she. But, you know, that kind of keeps them in here and just working, because they don't really sleep that much once you get them to where they start remolding. Okay. Now, that explains why these are done. And they still have their obsessions, which on them, real easy to stop. Let's see, that's the same. All this is the same. And they can heal just about anything really quick. So as long as it doesn't kill them, they'll normally be able to fix themselves. Fairly simple. Then in here, of course, where you have this, which normally you would click here on a normal person, it would bring up their skill lists. Yeah, that's the remolding brings up this, which we'll get to. Baby steps. Still, every time you remold, you will get experience. Period. Doesn't matter what tags are on there. It matters how many tags you get. And you will get experience. It will fill up. And just like anyone else, you will break. Well, you will have a chance at a breakthrough. They're much easier to break through because they're not picky about time of day, this, that, or the other. Because from my experience, they always have 100% chance to break because they're just practicing their bodies. You will have a list constantly of this stuff and their harmony. The longer you can keep them in the same areas and practicing, oh, the happier they are going to be. So, which is liberated, I remember right? Yep. They like it. They don't like you moving stuff around. So once you assign them a room, even if it's right here, since Fox is new, doesn't matter if it's not fully stocked, get them a room. That's their room until they're done, or you're done with them. That will keep them in a very good mood. They're going to start out, oh, I've never been here before. I don't like this. But it's only up from there. And then we've got this cleans to here. Get them their gear, their whatnot. The only two items, there's plenty of others. It depends on your build. The main two items I would suggest, just like any of the others, get them an ice bracelet that you can craft best you can, and then you can always upgrade it later. You know, a wood one, stone one, jade one, whatever you start with. Just give them something to make them look pretty or feel pretty. And then whatever scented satchel you can make at the time, which, I think I still have some left over here that were just normal. Maybe not. Maybe, yeah. I mean, bear hide scented satchel. Just, whatever. If you can make one, give it to them. It's going to just make their mental state much happier. Okay. Back down to go back to Hawk. Now, when you're in for them, that was there. Besides all this, you might need to expand this. This is their stats. This is very important. And I'm trying to think, there was another way to look at it too. Yeah, over here with this, I prefer looking at this. This gives you their attack power, their defense, their attack accuracy, which they can only get. Their cap is 95%. You cannot get to 100. It's not possible, maybe with mods, but you cannot beat 95%. So whenever he uses his left hand, he's got a 95% chance to hit whatever he's ready to punch. Defense chance, whenever he blocks with his legs or his defensive hand, same thing. He's got a 95% chance to go, nope, not going to happen. Penetration, as you can see on his left hand, which was not finished yet. Key barrier, which is, everything that is, go here. Actually, no, it'd be easier to go here. Everything has a key barrier that uses their spells over here. But if a cultivator is in a fight, you got to wear down their key. Well, usually you have to get through their weapon first. But once you start hitting them, whether it be spells or their weapons, their key will start going down. Then it's going to start hitting them. In a physical cultivator, if you get penetration, key barrier pin, which it is, it is blade, Baleful Bane. Baleful Bane? Maybe it's Baneful. Let's just look. Here. There. And yeah. Baleful Bone. Fundamentally increases the secret body key barrier penetration chance by a moderate amount. They're not going to give you a number. It's going to give you, moderate. Moderately. Significantly. Slightly. Stuff like that. But it will show over here once you've activated a hand. Okay. Give me that. Not you. Back to here. This artifact suppression, your chances of punching and just be like, hey, he turns into a football player. Here comes another another cultivator attacking that's a regular one. Oh, I just caught your sword that you fight with. Mine now. What you got? Okay. True key consumption. At any time, this is, just to be him, be alive. He uses 180.1 key a second. So he's just got to have that at all times. His true key recovery is 198.2. So at any given moment, he is gaining 18.1 key. So you want to make sure of that, or he'll just be there like, I can't do anything, I'm tired. And he's the same as a normal key. If a person is attacking them, they've got to get through this, and that's how fast he regens. All right, global dodge. First thing when he gets attacked, did he dodge it? Yes, because he's got a 95% chance, because that's how I'm building him. Good. Oh, that 5% chance is going to hit him. All right. And then it goes into the defense chance. Did he defend it? Oh, good. All right. What's his defense? As you can see, I'm working those numbers up. Okay. What else we got? I think that gets the basic. Now he'll get Furious Berserk, which is literally he just goes bananas. His attack goes up. His attack rate goes up. Barbarian Rage, Wolverine Berserker mode, whatever, Berserk, any of that kind of stuff. He just goes nuts. His recovery rate's going to go up, and you'll see him. Your cultivator will get a red glow. So, all right. Moving right along. What else can we do? you'll need to know most important button, R, which is his breathing, not a pirate button. You're going to click on this, and this is his breathing arrangement. Whatever you click on, if it's got a green check mark, click it on, it's on, click it again, it goes off. You can change it at will anytime you want, and they're instantly going to, like if it's 30 minutes till 1 and you click this off, they're going to stop breathing and go do whatever they feel like doing if they need to do something. All right, now, and when this is ticked and from 2300 hours to 1, they will not do anything but breathe unless it's defending themselves or fighting if you tell them to fight. Now, if it's 2330 and you're like, hey, go punch this dude in the face, they're going to quit breathing and they'll go punch that dude in the face. They're not going to wait. But they're not going to let anything else override that unless they need to. Like we discussed on setting up the room, if they need drink or their mood drops too bad, they're going to go handle that. So you want them, like, as you can see, this is for lunar. I always have this. No. Yeah, this is for lunar. And I keep this here so that way they're in position. This one right here is for solar. I will always keep these 3 ticked no matter what. So that way I get lunar and solar my best chances. But as you see, there is a short window in here. So I want them getting their stuff and getting back to it as fast as possible. Okay. Now, we've got that set. Let's do the first easy thing. I'm going to have to unpause it. We're going to let Core break because Core is a normal user. I waited on him. He's been ready for quite some time. We can close that. He's got 40 battle, pretty good. Medicine is 12, real good. Crafting, bare minimum 7. Now, I said about the devouring. Crafting helps with what you can eat, tier level wise. We can adjust that later. That just gives a good, healthy start. So that way you don't have to remold parts and take away time to get your character ready to help defend. Because it takes a lot longer for a physical cultivator to get technically ready than it does a normal one. But when they're ready, they're ready. So it's one of those, it's a long haul, but when they're ready, because Hawk right now could solo the flood dragon that's asleep in here. I could summon it and Hawk could take it by himself. It might take a while because the way I have him built, but he's going to beat it to death himself. He's not going to need help. Most cultivators at Golden Core, they're going to need help. Not one's really going to do it. All right, so promote. Primordial. Yep, it's like, say on this, like he's, you want to try to match on the others. Primordial. Nah, we're good because we're going to pretty much tear up our bones and make us how we want. Now, I'm just going to show you how I'm doing one and why I do some tags I would suggest no matter what. But play around with what works with you and your play style. Because I'll show you, you can redo anything. I've had to do it before because I've messed up. So we will choose the law. Yep, we want to do it. So where is Core? We'll unpause. Yeah, because I kept it paused too long. He's going to take a second. All right, he's breaking through now. And boom. This is it saying, just like the others, here's all the stuff he's acquired at his breakthrough. Let's repause it in case we get attacked. Then he moves up to an inner. So now I'm going to assign him a room. So we will come down to your normal cushion, whether it be, depending on where you're at in the game. Early game, you're probably just going to have a cushion. And then, key cushion comes next. I I'm using key cushion because that's what I got. If you've got a normal cushion, there's no problem with that. So we're going to assign this to core. This is where he's going to start breathing all the time. Now, like I said, where did he go? He's right here. Nope, he's got his stuff. He's not going to need that anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Now you'll see his stuff is empty because he doesn't know how to do anything yet. He's a dum-dum. We're going to fix that. But for right now, because I'm working with Fox and the others, the main reason to get him broke through, and you'll, well, hold on. Before we do that, example, he has no things turned on. I can't reach that button here. Yeah, he has nothing turned on here because, he hasn't remolded to activate the stuff. So he has no consumption. So he's constantly generating 12. This is a naked one. 32 global dodge, no attack power, no defense, no nothing. Like I said, when they first start, they're trash. They're horrible. But they'll get real good. Kind of respectively fast. But we're going to come in here and we're going to set up a sleep schedule, breathing schedule. Now, I'm not going to use him right now. So what I'm going to do is he's going to do nothing but sit in this room and breathe. And I need to get him some animals. I'm going to take this pasture. Let's stick. Where is male and female rabbit? All right. So I'm going to look at this one. I need center, second from the right. Oh, there's 2 bunnies in there. All right. We'll take those 2 bunnies. And we're going to move them in here. Confirm it. Those 2 rabbits are going to now walk over to here. And that's going to help get core his intrinsic life. Hopefully they don't freeze to death since it's -8 degrees outside. But yeah, core's going to sit here and just start breathing it's going to be horrible. As you can see how fast they're ticking. And then, yep, see, he got a wrath because of the tomb there. And he's going to start accumulating that. And right now, you saw that it's going to take 10 stamina and an essence if I want to use one to remold something. He can only do that 36 times before he's kaput. So I'm going to put him on a breathing schedule while, same as Ashram here, to get them stamina built up. Now there's ways around that. It's winter. I can't show it to you. But during the summer, you've got normal grass on your spirit soil. Some of the grass can be spirit grass. If you come in here and click clear and clear it, there is a dewdrop that will drop out of it. If you have them devour that, it will give them a good chunk of stamina. Highly worth during the summer and spring and early fall or autumn. Do that. Keep an eye on it. And make sure they devour it because it does have a very short shelf life. All right, so we're going to look at core since he's new. We're going to go into remold because this is going to be your stuff. This is your body. This is everything. It's not all here. As you can see, it's grayed out. You can click only remoldable. And then when we expand it again, it's only going to show us what we're allowed. Because as an early cultivator, this is all he knows how to do. And each time he gets a tag, he's going to get his experience towards 5,000 and he'll be able to break through. He'll know more about his cultivation. He's going to get more tags. The same with up here, as you saw. Like he's got Heavenly Shield, legs left and right, mixed element left and right. Not the same as like Shunrei and Fox, who has the do they use? They've got that, and he's the higher one. Directional concord measure, star root legs. I mean, you get more. And if I have him break through, one of my favorite things, I just haven't done it because I don't like dealing with tribulations till I'm ready to focus. The eagle bear combine form. That's my favorite form. So let's go back to core. Here we go. There. Which you don't have to go to there. If you can click on right there, which will give you when they're breathing, you know, this, she's got 2 seconds left. This is what she's doing on. If you click on there, it'll take you in here real quick. You can click on that and it'll bring you to what they're doing as a quick shortcut. Core back in. All right. Now that's when he starts remolding. When you're first leveling up, what I would suggest, because it will just help you get to the stuff quicker, go to the head muscle, remold it using nothing but your stamina. Do not waste your precious early game essence yet. You'll get plenty later. And right now, you're mainly using a not very used muscle. And you're only going to get a few tags that you like. When you get a hit, read them. But if you don't like any of those, I mainly only get tempered. There's only a few tags I would take on a head. Now you're going to get hits like sharpened bone, increases your attack. This one increases your defense. This does this. You don't have to have that. Whenever you get a tag, increases your attack. That's great. When are you going to attack with your head? That's not a very good idea. Use your hands and your legs. No. So you don't want certain tags on certain body parts. Let's see. We'll take this off because core, I didn't even check initially. Yeah, core is a male, and this comes into effect. Male and females have especially the males can get better mood bonuses because we can go into torso. I can show it to you, but we can't mold it. They've got a phallus. Who knew? Well, you can remold that, and I think Hawk did because torso. Well, because of the lunar breath, but increases their base mood value. So he has a higher max mood he can be in, so it takes him longer to want to go, look at the ceiling, read a book. It lasts longer. And it gives him an extra muscle, shall we say, to get like lunar breath, which is one of the very, very good things that anything that I'm not going to punch you with or defend with, I look for lunar breath. Increases your global dodge a good amount. And yeah, weakens the elemental damage received by the secret body. So it will weaken the elemental damage you take too. Void breath. There is a blue and a red. And as you can see, think of it as a Diablo or anything, any loot game, common or trash, whichever way you want to look at it. You want to look at it as trash or basic because it's tempered, common, uncommon, rare, legendary. Because the only one to my knowledge that I've ever seen, Ancestral Throw, increases their true key cap. So makes their key pool much larger. I don't get this on everything, and it's not always a true key. If it's on their hand, where is it? Give me that. All right, so I didn't put it on you, and I didn't have room on you. All right. Yeah, like say the thigh bone increases their power. If you get it on something like that, increases power and endurance. Where if it's on here, accuracy and on attack and defense in large amounts. So, just because it's ancestral throw, it's not the same everywhere. Certain ones are. Like the lunar frost flesh is because it's this thing, it's technically the same thing. All right. So we went over that. Now, I can't show it to you because I don't use them. Yaoguai can have more tags also because you'll still have tails on certain of the animals, people, creatures. We'll go with creatures. We've got 5 fingers. Oh, who knew? Well, unless you had one of them blown off before you crossed over being a physical cultivator, but that's another story. But normally you have 5. Certain animals will have 6 or 8, stuff like that. So you have a little bit more. They can be more powerful because they have more bones. Where when it comes to male and female, the male can be happier and have a little bit easier chance of getting his dodge and true ki up. So not really a huge difference, but I mean it's all up to you, and more importantly, probably what you can find. All right, now moving right along. Now we've got all these elements, different things. Here's your arm, right and left. Legs. I mean, everything's going to be right and left. You'll have arms and legs for every thing you can get. Like elemental. The shell is defensive, void. Well, they don't do anything. They don't have any attack power. No. To have whether you're going to make it attack or defense, now this is where it comes into customization. To get these activated, you need to have 1 tempered flesh on your arm. Well, sorry, upper arm, and 1 on your muscle. Then when these light up, it will show you, here's what you need for second. You need 9 on those. Third. Oh, okay, here's what you need for that. So you can kind of plan ahead. Now, you don't have to do all of this. As long as you have the first layer turned on, that's all that matters. As long as you get this right here, you can, and it has to be on all of these. This one's going to could be different than the other. Because I think the Heavenly is. That's the thigh bone, still blessed. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what you're going to have to get that done. So once you do get the first layer, and I think I've made it to the 4th. Where is the void kit? Yeah. See, I've got only the first layer here. I've got 4 hollowed bones. Let me give you an example. Here's what every one of my bones. Is this the attack? All right. This is what almost all of these hands looks like. I'm not finished because I need to get some some specialty bone or stuff on that one right there. Did I get baleful on the rest? Yeah. Because I got devouring on this, which is key barrier penetration. I still haven't decided what I want on this one. And then we're going to up the attack power. So he's kind of weak, but he's not, like I said, he's not finished. But normally this would be what I would put on every one of these. Hollowed bone, you need 1 on every one of these for your first layer. Once you do that, I mean, technically, you don't have to finish this bone off. You can work on this one a while, then this one a while. So if you want to put, one hollow, temper, remold this one until you get hollowed bone, and then move to the next one, and then come back to the top, so that way you can see this. Go for it. I would highly suggest getting that on here, so that way he can actually have an attack, even if it's bad. At least he's got something that he can use. Now, and then the second one, as you'll see here, I don't use imperishable bone. It's not part of the design that I've made for myself. So I can't go to the second layer or the third layer, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have your first layer, it's good. So you can look at, go through here. It's like, star root legs. Would I use tempered flesh? Yeah. Would I use wood blessing? I wouldn't, but if that's the build you're going for, go for it. Because, I mean, in this, you've only got a few bones you're using. So, I mean, it's quick. So, I mean, you'll start off with these. So, I mean, you can get that in just a few seconds. Probably, I would say a minute most, or roughly. And then, you'd come down here on all these, get that, and, well, voila. You've got a bad attack, but you've got an attack. Go back down to here, and then every time you click on one, you'll see these numbers come up. Once you can actually do it, like no key recovery, key recovery, but you can see my chance of penetration, or, if you're aiming for something, particular, this is should be gray and the rest. Yeah. These are all defensive. Mobile dodge, chance it. This says attack accuracy up. I get it because it's body defense success rate. That's why I get that. Gray bone, same. Endurance, defense, hollow, same. Defense success rate, moderately. And I need it to trigger these. That's why the right hand is my defensive hand, and my left hand only, this is still good because it could go either way. I mean, you could do either one. If you want to be a left-handed one and make that, it's, customizable to you. I could have done it vice versa. That's just how I choose to do it. Now let's take a look at this. I showed you, as you can see, he's remolded a lot, so it's 18 per try, like we said. And you choose your essence, lunar, confirm it. You'd hit start remold, it'd come up here. And as long as this is ticked, it's going to keep going until you tell it to, stop. I'm good with what you're doing. Or you've got all, we were doing lunar, you got all your icebound. All right, cancel. All right, wrath. I'm going to start fishing for hollow or whatever else. And you click start. It's going to do it again. Now, acupoint remold it's going to do it one at a time. It's going to roll the 18. It's going to do that. Done. This one, this is the same thing, but as you can tell, 8, 6. It's going to take longer, but you do 8 at a time, 6 at a time. If you were just going fishing, for tempered and was trying to go up real quick, that would probably be fine. I would suggest staying on the single one because it's just as quick, and you can just check it out ever so often in case, something attacks you or you get raided. You can just come in here real quick. Like, she's not finished with this, she's got 2 seconds, but there'll be, if you're not looking at the screen and you come in here because she's got a plus, you'll see down here where she's remolding, these are sitting because she's done them. They're waiting on you. So you will click that. And you don't get to, if she's remolded 20 times because you were out doing stuff in the sect or building and you're like, oops, I forgot. Well, that's fine. But when you click that, you're not going to do it one at a time. You're going to do, if you weren't paying attention, she remolded 20 times. Well, you're fixing to look at this screen and roll the dice 20 times. So, if you only want 4 of something or 3 of something, and it takes a lot of, a rare essence, I would suggest staring at this screen and kind of watching over here when something pops up. Hit that pause button real quick and go deal with it. All right, so this is her defensive one. We're going to do tempered. Oh, that's right. We're fishing for hollowed, aren't we? Yep. And there'll be stars here, right here. I'm glad this popped up and we did this. If there's a star here, it means that it's going to be used for a layer. Now, it's not going to tell you whether it's the first, second, or third. There could be one pop up with a star here. It's like, I don't use that. Why? I don't see that over here. Why is there a star on it? It could be for the second or third layer. So, but what you can do is, even this is pulled up. He's like, I can't move this. You can move this one. Take a look at what's over here. And then click it. It's going to update this real quick. Okay, I only had one sitting because I've been following this to not waste anything for the hollowed. Okay. However, we'll do that with Fox real quick. Fox been breathing for a while because I'm trying to get him broke through. Yeah, he's been remolding and just sitting here burning his stamina since he broke through. So let's see how we do on him. Let's give you an example. We're gonna hide all that stuff though. So as you can see, he had no experience at all before we started doing this. He might have 22 seconds left on that one, which he's only using, as you can see, stamina. So we'll click that. All right, let's see. So, and here's an example. Increase body power moderately. We don't fight with a head. Increases the secret body attack rate and the defense rate. Same thing again. Enhanced flesh. Enhanced flesh. Oof. Yep. Endurance, but tempered. So this is going to increase the power, enhance accuracy, defense rate, increase the max true ki by a tiny amount. It's also going to increase his true ki consumption by a tiny amount. So it's going to increase his physical strength slightly, his lifespan a little bit, but it's also going to make him hungrier. So we're going to take that and it'll be like, hey, you don't have a tag of this. Are you sure? Yup. And then it's never going to ask you again. The next time it'll be like, hey, you can't get any more of these. As you can see, you can get to 99. You're not going to get there because that would drain you. So we're going to go through here. Increase the body artifact suppression chance by a small amount. No. Now there are builds. What do you do? Attack accuracy? No. So we're just going to temper him all the way up. And once you see some of these tags, you'll be like, oh, that. And like I said, we're going to keep going. Once we click on that, we open the floodgates. We have to go. There's no way to close this. Once you start, you're here. But once you're in this screen right here, whether you did it or not, the game pauses. So do not worry. You're all right. I mean, you might be like, oh, God, why didn't I handle this sooner? But it's okay. We'll get through it. I fixed that. I do, you can, on the sides you saw, you could check and unmarked checks. It's like, hey, I don't want to see these rarities. Just hide them. I could have made it where I only saw these. But I could have had a rare roll, because when you're not using an essence, you can get almost anything almost anything, but it is super hard because you're not using any essence. But it can happen, so I still try to be careful. All right, so we went from 0 to 44. He's ready to level. So we're going to go ahead and break him through. As you can see, 100% chance. Where's his room? Right there. Break it through. Yup. And we're going to unpause it real quick. And let her go. And yep, there, Shunrei ran out because she needed some food. But she'll be back. There, see, she's back already. And so as you can see, some of the, tick, 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 where, yeah, oh, did I change these? Nope. Enter. All right. He probably had to go get water because I hadn't changed that. So see, look at the difference in ticking here. And I'll show you how to do that, which is very important in a second. There are certain tags. No matter how you build your stuff, I highly suggest, oh, this isn't good. Ignore? Okay, good. Whew. Well, we'll pause. He'll break through in a second. We'll see new options. Hawk, because Hawk's the one that's nearly done. So let's go into here. We're going to go into the body. Actually, the head and the torso. As you can see, we did that, and I hit a couple of psychics that I threw on there. And this is what got him leveled up too. So, I mean, I do that with almost all of them because it's quick. It's easy. The brain. I 100% suggest to max your tempered brain out. Highly can't stress it enough. Because I will give you, increases the max number of painful memories. That's okay for Furious Berserk, can make it maxed out. Increases the duration of how long he goes into Furious Berserk. Whatever. Consumption, whatever. Organ remolding cap by a tiny bit. Sure, that's nice too. The next to the last line is what's important for us. Increase the physical cultivator's pain endurance greatly. All right. They can dish out a lot. They can take a lot. However, think about it as a normal person. You can dish out a lot of pain. Take any actor you want, any bodybuilder. We'll say the Mountain from Game of Thrones, or old school Arnold. He hits you, you're gonna feel it. You know you're gonna feel it. However, even someone that strong, no matter how strong you are, anybody can only take a certain amount of pain before they're going to pass out. Doesn't matter if you're skinny as a bean. It does, or it doesn't matter if you're big as one of those. At some point, you're going to hit a pain threshold and you're just going to get sick to your stomach and you're going to pass out. Pain endurance greatly. That will mean that he can take more tolerance and pain right here. Right here, pain 0% because he's healthy. As he's in a fight, he could be hit. He's going to remold and repair himself, but he's still got to survive through the fight. Taking damage hurts, and when pain exceeds a certain threshold, it will affect consciousness. If he takes a certain amount of damage, which will rack up the pain, he's going to be knocked unconscious. Well, he can fix himself, right? When they're unconscious, he might have a 95% chance to dodge while he's fighting. When he's unconscious, he's laying there like a sack of potatoes and is going to get demolished. So you want a good pain threshold, because once he goes down, unless you can have something, someone else fighting with him to get them off of your cultivator, you might as well say that the opponent is going to beat you to death, because he's going to keep hitting you. These are going to keep stacking up, and he's not going to be able to remold quick enough because he's unconscious and is just getting beaten to death. That is why I can't suggest your brain to be remolded to 100 highly enough. Now, anything that you're not going to use when it comes to your head and torso, when it comes to your fighting styles, I can also void breath, true key recovery. You're going to need it. The more tags you have, the more expensive it's going to be. Innate restoration. Oh yeah, gonna want that too. Lunar breath for the dodge. That's a me choice. If you're not worried about dodge and you're going to just, I'm going to glass cannon, or I'm just going to steal all of your artifact with artifact suppression, might not need the global dodge. That's a you. But the void breath, this and the red, pink, purple, whatever, the rare version, you can stack them. They are two different tags. Do it. Innate restoration, you're gonna want that. Because I'm trying to look. I didn't look up on any. Yeah, see, this one you can get 9 of. The void breath, which is a moderate compared. Oh, actually, yeah, they're both moderate, aren't they? Moderately, recovery rate moderately. Yeah. But I mean, so technically, if you get both tags, you can get 13 stacks. Ooh. I didn't finish off that innate restoration, but that might actually be not a bad. Go back and try a tag. Now, eyes. You'll want to max that out. Well, maybe. Like, again, some of this is choice. Cultivation, secret bodies, dodge, but it also helps other things, perception, where you can see around you. That might help when you're doing stuff. Ears, that's not bad. Global dodge, again, helps the chance of the secret bodies by a tiny amount, and everything is going to increase your true key consumption. So just, it might not say it on all these, it does. So just take that in. Now, besides the brain, the it's nose, mouth. We'll check. I think it's nose, mouth, neck, and lungs, or yeah. Yeah, the nose helps the true key recovery rate. Again, very, very good. It also increases your breathing efficiency. Whenever you breathe, the chance of getting 1, 0, 2, whatever essence, that ups it. So very good. Very good. You want that. Mouth. This is what I was talking about right here. This is, yeah. So it's nose, neck, lungs. The mouth, if you need to eat something, say artifacts. Artifact for a normal cultivator, you can feed it to these guys. If you screw up on and I have, we'll come back. Side note, we're going on a trip. Say we did all this. I got 5 bones. I forgot the hollowed because I kept hitting stuff. I might have got the legendary one on here. Yeah, this looks great. Why isn't it turn? Oh, I forgot to get hollowed, and I've got 6 out of 6, so I can't have it. Click on this. Destruction remold. It's going to take Immortal Essence, 25. You'll remold. It will wipe just this finger. It doesn't get the whole arm, just whatever finger, thumb, muscle, eyes, lungs, whatever the one thing you target, it gets it. That's how you fix that. And to get that immortal essence, what you'll need to do, you'll need to click Devour. And I think they're down here. Yeah. And you'll need to eat. It doesn't matter really the quality on these. And you'll just need to eat one. If you don't have enough Devour, then you'll need to remold your mouth to get your Devour ranking higher. And you'll just need to pretty much just turn it on, get tempered. If you hit anything else, great. But just do one at a time. And each time you click tempered, hit pause. After you click it, close everything. Is it red or is it green? No? All right. Unpause. Go back in. Wait for it to tick again. Click it. Get your 2 tempered. Come back to this screen as it starts to remold. Slam down the space bar. Pause it. Go check again. Then as soon as it gets to where you need it to be, you can turn it off. Unless you want to get, other tags. Which getting these will be easier if you use particular essence. You'll want to use, I believe it's Lunar. Yeah, Lunar. And you can use Wrath, I believe, for innate. You might get it off the Lunar, but, if you do, you do. You don't kind of thing. Now, neck, same way. This is going to, this is the same as the nose. The nose, neck, lungs. I would suggest tempering all 100 of your brain to keep you from being knocked unconscious and being beaten like a sack of potatoes. Your nose, so you can get your essence more efficiently. Your neck, same, more efficiently. And then down here in your torso, your lungs, same thing, more efficient. You can see recovery rate, that's still good, which you're probably going to break even for the consumption on that, but increases your breathing efficiency. You need those. You can remold once you finish your build. If you want to blow and remold the lungs, take all this off and, not have that on there, that's fine. That's you. But when you're trying to get the essence you need for this stuff, you're going to need a lot. Trust me. Because either you're going to get really, really lucky on rolling some of these rarer to get ones, or you're going to be really upset. Now, with Alice, you don't have to max out. I mean, I literally went fishing for as you can see, the lunar breath and whatnot, and I got it within that right there. It takes 4. I got 6. There's 5 there. I got them real quick and luckily. But luckily his mood's been good, so I haven't had to worry about it. Okay. Now, you've done that. And we're going to do this while that breaks through. I get on Hawk. All right. You've been breathing. You've been very good. You've got let's just say 1 hollowed bone and everything. We'll just go early game. Your mixed element. You've got tempered and all that. Okay. Well, he's not worth anything. He's not fighting. What's going on? All right. Let me pause this. All right. Fox broke through. As you can see, his self-healing rate went up. Max key. Good. Recovery rate. Yeah. Accuracy went up. Yep. Food consumption. Always going to go up. Just to warn you, physical body cultivators eat like sumos. They need to eat almost constantly and in great abundance because they're burning so much energy. I mean, it's not because, it's not true. They're not fat. That's a lot of muscle underneath there. But they eat. you're going to need some normal cultivators going out and fetching food, or you're going to need, as you see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, and there's another farm over here. I've got 4 farms, and I normally keep someone going out into one of the villages at all on an infinite loop to fetch meat. Because, oh, buddy. Okay. Now, pain tolerance goes up. Yeah. Fly speed, adventure fly speed, that'll help later on. Temperature tolerance. Now that they broke through, as you can see here, now he can do 8 at once. He also has directional concord measure, and his star root legs are undone. All right, they're good. That did take the pause. So that was Fox, right? Wrong button. So he's restarted. He's marrow cleansing. And when you see, once we break through with this, we're going to get that. We're going to get the void, thunder catch, 5 elements, and the dark shell. When we're here, if we break through into, once we get through the incubation phase, which remember, incubation is their version of having a golden core. Once we get through with this, we'll get the Heavenly Dragon Spine, Heaven and Earth Furnace, Blaze of Yin Heart, Luster of Yang Heart, and Eagle Bear Combine form, which is my favorite form to use. I'm just haven't done it with anyone right now till I get on this particular playthrough till I get the sect set up, because tribulations I actually like to try to pay attention to so I don't screw up. Okay, but as you see, we go in here and are we on the right person? Yes. As you can see, they're in here now. Not some, I mean, technically, instead of doing the head muscle, I could go in here and start doing the ones I wanted to. Yeah, because I can't target the others. I mean, technically, I can, especially since I know on those I'm going to need a lot of tempered. I could do that to technically save time, which I think nope, cancel. I think we're going to. So what I'll do is, who's the defense? Arms and legs. Yeah, so we'll go in here. We'll go say the thigh bone. And we're just going to, we're going to let that run. Actually, you can do like multiples and it'll kind of go through them. But, if I get stuff I need, I get stuff I need based on what Hawk did. Most of his were in the 100s, so it's going to save me. But I mean, you can do it however you want. That's just me. That's how I run my people. Now let's see. Fox is 101. Actually, let me check. Get off of there. Fine. Quit being difficult. Going to core. There's Fox. Going to here. Oh my God. Quit being a butt. Yeah, because I can't do the... You know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because I can always take this head muscle and wipe it clean. I don't want to have to wipe clean those others. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, you went through, you've got your tempered flesh on your mixed arms just so you can get stuff. And if they're not, remember, if they're not equipped, it doesn't count. So you've got your tempered flesh on all this stuff. What do? Okay. You go down here to this, and you're going to see all these, offensive, defensive, efficiency. When you're in a fight, actually it'd be better to go to Hawk. Same thing. Say he needs to defend against something that he didn't dodge. All right. He's going to defend with this because it's the farthest thing to the left. And you can see here that it shows, arrows. You can move down. He's going to defend with this. Fighting's going to, and this is going to go on cooldown. If you're watching it, it'd be like a dark gray, and you'll start uncurling, the normal time. If he does not dodge the next thing that comes his way, it's going to be like, oh, this, you can't defend with this. Once it checks to see if you've got a 95% chance, rolls it. Okay, you can defend. Hey, wait, that's on cooldown. That's not on cooldown. We'll use that. Okay. Goes back to fighting. This goes on cooldown. This is still ticking down. Something happens again. Gets through the 95. Hey, that 5% chance is not doing you so good today. How's this? We're still on cooldown, boss. You? Haha. Nice try. How about you? I'm good. Put me in the game, coach. All right. You block it. Do your thing. Then it's going to do the same thing. Oh, you don't have anything here. Take your damage. And then when this comes off cooldown, it'll do it again. It's just going to rotate through. Same thing on offense. When you fight, let's see, because I can cancel it. Hawk. But yeah, this is like you'll click on, this will normally be empty. So it'll be like, here's a list of stuff you can use. It'll look like that. You click on that, confirm it, and it's going to appear in whichever button you want. So if you're if you're using the two, arm and leg, or the two arms, you need to, and you're building the, one tanky, one offensive, just remember to put them in the right slot. You can change them, except when combat starts. Once combat starts, you're locked in until they're out of combat. But let me do a quick save if y'all don't mind, just in case something goes wrong. So we got Hawk here. No, that's Fox. We got something very angry up here. It's just a panda, but that's fine. He's in kill mode. Yeah. So you're going to click it because you're getting raided. This is, let's just say this is a cultivator that's raiding you. Pick the one you want. Fight. All right. Oh, everything's changed. Yep. Here we go. Fierce Berserk. There you go. It recalls his 6 most painful memories, and you can do stuff in this game to give them bad memories. That is a thing. Like putting them in a room that's super cold, putting them in a room that's super hot, putting them in a dark room, putting them in a room without a door, and then walling them in, but get them out real quick because they're going to freak out and possibly have a heart attack. So, be ready to tear it down real quick. But, you can force bad memory. You can do that, put someone in the room with them and put both of them in there. Not only is he going to get upset because he's locked in a room, but he's also going to get upset that he's, walled in a room with somebody else. So you can finagle them. Now you've got this. When he's in a fight, these will be on cooldowns, and these are all your offensive stuff right here and your effects here also. Because I think I've picked up one before that it's like it was from beating somebody, and he had a book on Dragon Heart or Dragon something, and it allowed me to, it was a cooldown that I could use, and I put it over here that would increase my true key recovery. But true key is the same thing as saying a normal cultivator's key. They just stuck the word true on there. But once he's in a fight, you can click on this. 100% accurate, attack power, penetration, and use a secret technique to remold both hands into hollowed bones and infuse them with true key. That grants extremely agility to even catch thunder and lightning in the void. So you're going to click this, and one of his next attacks, he's going to do that. This will go on cooldown, and you'll just click it as needed. Now it does cost 601.2 true key. So every time you click this out of your true key, you're going to pay for it. Now remember, if you're in a fight, when you take your damage, it comes out of your key pool first, and then it's going to start hitting him. So just remember, you're paying for an attack with your life. So you can click it because he's at full, it'll go down and he'll start recovering. So whether or not you want to spam it while it's on cooldown, or click it to get it off as soon as he hits full, do it again. You manage your cooldowns how you need to, because the defensive stuff is, you're not going to have to worry about that. They're smart enough to use that. Unless you put anything in the effects pile that you need to worry about, they're good. Now, every single one of your people is going to start in common stance. They're all going to start like this, and that's going to be empty. What is common stance? Common stance is a defensive stance, meaning that while you're fighting a cultivator that's using the weapon, he's going to beat that weapon to death and try to drain the energy out of it so that way they can't use it. Then as soon as the artifact has been drained of its key and he can't fight with it until it repowers, you're going to go beat the cultivator. And then when he starts using it again, you're going to stop hitting him, defend. If you're getting hit by an artifact, you're going to defeat it. Then you're going to go back to him. Then when it's back up, defend it. It's very defensive. Attack is, I don't care if I'm being attacked by something. If I'm told to kill somebody or go beat it up, I'm going to go beat it up. But as you saw with my build that I have for Hawk and the others, because I'm cookie cutting them, and then I'll change it later when I have a really good defensive array set up of them, and I can start changing one at a time. They have a 95% chance to dodge. They don't get hit that often. So it's like, man, what is that, a fly? What is that sound? Oh, that's you trying to hit me with that? I'm just going to beat the crap out of you first. And you'll just see theirs just go doop, 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 doop. And then you'll just see, and then they're flopped unconscious. So, and you click no. That's good. All right. Now, like I said, that's the beginning basics of a physical cultivator. There's all sorts of things and different builds you can do. It is completely up to you to figure out how you want to use these and in what way. You just have to remember to be careful of a few things. Make sure. Oh, yeah. Well, let me go in there. The mood and stuff, that will show you their most painful memories. Confused state of mind. He was really, really cold, so I need to get him really, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so, lock him into a room, getting him, he's been freezing. I need to get him really hot. So, and that will give him a bad memory. So, I haven't finagled with those much because, I don't furious that much. But however you want to do these are yours. But like I said, I was trying to say, be very careful of your true key consumption and true key recovery. One of the first times I did this build after reading a bunch of the tags, coming up with ideas and whatnot, I had his arms good. I had his legs good. He would come up, he would walk up to someone, throw one punch, and just stand there going, and, he would have to sit there and breathe while they tried to fight him to get his stuff back because he consumed more than he recovered. So it's like, oh, I got to fix that. And that's when I started looking around. It's like, oh, this tag that I picked up, it gives true key recovery. Okay, what is my consumption? Oh, so what I did after that is while working on these, as soon as I get it ready, like her, that hand's not finished. I mean, as you saw, I got one hollowed across the board. And then once I did that, I turned it on simply for the fact that now I can come into here and I can see what my consumption is. So while I'm getting her tags, this will adjust. And then I can see, oh, we're almost to her true key recovery. I need to stop. And then I'll go on the body and start fishing for those true key recoveries. Or while you're going slowly, if you're working on, normally I would suggest, I worked on Hawk first off to get him to be able to defend me. But if you can get 2 physical cultivators pretty quick, work on one. Like I said, with Core here, he's going to sit over there and he's going to do nothing but breathe. But, you want to get him broke through so you can get the nose, lungs, and lungs, right? So he's better at it? Yeah. But at least right now, he's sitting over here breathing, getting essence tags. Might be bad. Let's see how bad it is. Because he stayed paused most of the time. He's got 4 wrath, a water, 2 earth, and a solar. If he was still running around as a outer, doing farming and all that, you know what? He wouldn't have any essence. And he wouldn't be building his stamina up that I'm going to need a lot of later. So, at least with how he is now, even though he's not getting a lot of essence, he's getting his stamina, and he's getting that while I work on Shunrei. Then when I get Shunrei ready, I will probably hit Ashram, because he's marrow cleansing. I think Fox is right behind Ashram. And once I get his growth, how is he looking? Yeah, he's almost there. Once I get him to here, what I'll do with him is I'll break him through, get his, like we discussed, I'll get his nose, I'll get his lungs, I'll get his throat. I'll put him to 100% breathing. Then we're going to do that with Fox. Same thing. Get him, let him finish off marrow, get his 3 maxed out, put him on full breathing. That way they can get their essence and their stamina back up. Because you see his stamina's, he spent a decent amount trying to do this. Because, Fox is still kind of low. And while he gets his stamina up, we're going to do that with Core. And once Core gets up there and gets his, then we'll go around again to Ashram and all that. But what I'll probably do is once they get all those, I'll leave them on pure breathing. And I'll simply stick to getting Shunrei ready. So just in case something happens to Hulk, or, it's a big raid, he can have some help. Because right now, that's not helpful. Where's her dodge? Yeah, she can't even make a good, hey, look over here, na. 46% global dodge with no defensive ability. Yeah, she's not going in. She's just, now if she had at least 95% chance, it'd be tempting just because as long as they don't one-shot her, she can fix almost anything on her. So, kind of depends on there. But like I said, I've said a few times, this, as long as you control the temperature, which you'll want to make sure of, because if you have animals in here, you'll want to keep them happy, which is why you wouldn't want, you can put the prism lotuses, the crimson fruit, the blazing feathers, and soul pearl. Is that the lower? Yeah, soul pearl. You can put them in here. There's nothing wrong with that. But since all of those are hot and cold temperature changes, you'd have to be real careful because like right now, with it being winter and -4, I've got beast blood in here, but that's to control the temperature. That's why it's still 42 degrees in here because I have one here as a heater and one here as a heater trying to heat this room because I don't want my animals freezing to death. Same way as, as soon as it becomes summer, I'll kick these out so that way they don't start dying of heat exhaustion. So, other than that, see what you can come up with. I've taught you, this is how you do it. If you need to, you don't like this, do it again. Destruction it. More lessons comes from eating artifacts. And from what I've seen, the better the artifact, well, and your devour rating, of course, the the more essence you're going to get. If you've got I would still suggest having at least 2 or 3 regular cultivators for a couple of reasons, though. You could try doing a pure physical cultivator sect. Don't know if I would suggest it. I would still, like I was going to say, suggest 1 or 2. Probably at least 2. Maybe an alchemist to make anything you might need for the rest of the sect. And 1 who can craft weapons. So that way, in case you need to eat and not just rely on hoping you get raided to, get some good artifacts. You can just go in there, craft some. Okay, I'm good. But another reason why, Panacea and cake, because, unless you use the fox here and the fox is leveled up enough to be able to use its Panacea, which is, very helpful, but this pet uses this as he sees fit. If someone has an issue and they're about to die, if the fox isn't in the mood because it's doing something else, that person's going to die. At least with one of these, you can be like, hey, stop what you're doing. Panacea this person right now. And then as soon as you unpause, they're going to run over there and do that and possibly save their life. So, I mean, it's whether you want more or not, it's up to you, but I would suggest at least 1 or 2, preferably 2. Because if something happens to metal can't Panacea himself. So wood could fix metal could fix wood, and then they both can fix other people. And as a side note, talking about the fox, the pets here, if they get hurt or a tag like that, the fox will not target them. They will only target disciples up here. They will not target animals because they're not considered part of the sect. So just as a warning on there, if you need to keep your animals alive, fox ain't going to do it. Other than that, it's time to explore what you can do, what you can come up with, and how you want to play it. Do you want suppression? Do you want key barrier penetration? So that way when you come up, you just ignore their key and just punch them right in the face and so hard they get knocked unconscious. That's all up to you. I mean, you can play common stance with a whole lot of artifact suppression and just be like, nope, mine. Now, I have not seen, I have heard rumors that you can get particular builds that you might be able to solo a sect with 1 to 2 people if you get perfect rolls. Don't know if that's true or not. It'll be neat to find out. But I hope that helps you on your way to physical cultivation. I know this was a bit long, but it might be basic, but there's a lot to it. So good luck, and I really hope this helps you out. So, and if there's any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will do my best. I can't guarantee I can answer all of them, but I will do my best to find an answer because, well, if I know it, I'll be glad to help. If I don't know it, I probably need to before it bites me in the butt. So let me know, and we'll find that out together in our road of physical cultivation perfection. So until next time, I hope you have a good day, good afternoon, whichever the case might be. But until then, I shall see you all on the flip side.